close to the camera.
I hope the audio, the desktop audio wasn't even working.
It's on now. We don't need it on.
That's fine. Warning. I like warnings.
Uh-oh. Are we transitioning?
We're transitioning right now.
Hey!
I'm hoping this works. That's fine.
I think I hear footsteps, so...
Footsteps are fine.
No.
Yes. It also says post-credit show. I don't know how to switch that. I apologize in advance.
Technical difficulties.
No, that's a dog.
That's one of the dogs.
There's a dog. There. Hold on.
No.
No, we got this. I got this.
Okay, dokie.
Hi, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
Hi.
It's August 25th, 2017. How's it going?
Good. You?
I'm good. I'm doing stuff.
There was.
We're working on something.
We're doing things a bit differently since Nick's not here right now.
Yeah, we're just filling in. Yeah, just ignore us for a second. Ignore all that for a second.
Chris.
Hi, I'm Tony. I know things. I probably should have looked at this beforehand, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I know how this works. I'm just looking for the... It says post-credit show. Don't let that deceive you. It is the newscast. Welcome. Everything's online, so that's a good thing.
No more warnings.
No more warnings.
We got rid of the warning sign.
Everything else from here on in is easy. That's what I'm looking for here. I don't know. So
I'll start.
Yeah, let's get started. Let's get started on some of the news here. So
DCEU.
So the DCEU is going through some troubling times right now, from my understanding.
Confusing.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going on. Why don't you
They're going hot.
So okay, let's start with the good stuff. Let's start with the good stuff first.
Is it good stuff though?
The Joker stuff. I
don't consider that good.
Well, I think it's cool that it's happening.
We can discuss that.
Yes.
The Joker essentially is getting 2 movies now.
Yeah. Yep.
First one is being directed by Martin Scorsese. So I mean that's a decent director for doing this. It's going to be a different Joker.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which is going to just throwing everybody off, trying to confuse everyone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with all of that, and it's not officially part of the DCEU.
No, it's not going to be part of it at all.
So that's the big question, and then
it's an origin story.
An origin story, as well as and who's the Joker again? He's coming back as the role.
No.
He's not?
Not in this one.
I thought he was.
In this one, it's going to be a totally different Joker going to be done.
My understanding is he was supposed to.
There's a Nick.
Hi.
Good day.
Yes, we started. Somehow.
Good.
Somehow.
You got her going.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
Mike's working. Hey, that's all you need for a show.
I think the intro doesn't have audio. That's
it should.
No, I don't. Well, the desktop audio is muted, so.
It plays the video audio.
Oh, okay, so that's fine then.
Yeah.
I'll just mute that.
No, the Martin Scorsese one is an origin.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not going to have Jared Leto as Joker.
That's who it was. Okay.
The Joker thing.
And
we are,
but there's a separate movie, Harley Quinn and Joker, that's going to have Jared Leto and Margot Robbie back.
And that one is part of the DCEU.
That one's going to be.
Yes, that has to
not. So from what I understand, is this Martin Scorsese one to be in fast tracked?
I don't know.
For some reason. And the Harley Quinn and Joker one are going to wait till after Suicide Squad 2.
I'm going to guess that it's being fast tracked in case it actually ends up being
better.
And then they can go.
I mean,
the Joker Harley Quinn one, they can be like, "Who's Jared Leto?"
Yeah,
and then
he's a different Joker. He was an impersonator.
And they can probably write that in as there's multiple Jokers, I guess.
You can. You get stupidly convoluted, but at this point,
if you treat it like a comic book movie,
yes.
different
but
artists,
in the point where we're doing,
I don't know how.
And it really depends on how successful.
Yeah, right. A comic book movie, I don't know.
And it really depends on how the Flashpoint movie ends up being, because if that
flips everything on its head, yes.
Because that could honestly change everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think you fast track it in case. And honestly, because they went for more gangster.
A different version.
They went for a gangster version of Joker anyways.
Yeah.
I think Scorsese would have done a better job.
I don't know. I've never seen him do a comic book movie, so I can't really.
I've seen him do enough
say.
gangster flicks.
I've
That's
seen him,
true. If you're going
I've
gangster,
seen,
yeah.
I've seen enough of his movies to know that that's, you know.
Like, that's my piece, is if he's doing gangster movies and you're just doing a Joker gangster flick,
Right.
that's going to come out
Good.
stellar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it was Jared Leto, at that point, you're still going like, all right, because that's the Joker they were trying to play up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
It's going to be very confusing for fans, though.
Well,
like,
I mean-
having two
And that's
different
the issue.
Jokers at once.
And
I mean, the world of universe building, you're really screwing the pooch.
right,
Yeah, and-
I mean, we've treaded on this story before with
Sure.
like DC having the rights to everything, but still falling short on so many other things.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the other part of this news was Batman
Batman.
was not going to be part of the universe,
But then is
now.
and then Ben Affleck hasn't been confirmed, but is confirmed and hasn't been confirmed. It's
Flashpoint!
yeah,
and I'm honestly, again, I really think it's going to depend on how successful the Justice League movie will be, especially for.
I think it'll be fine considering Whedon took over
Well,
for a bit.
for a bit.
But
they
he
did-
changed things,
He
though.
he cut all of the Jason Eisenberg scenes out of the movie.
Did he?
All the Lex Luthor scenes are on the cutting room floor now,
Oh.
apparently.
Bonus feature.
See, and like
Which
I
is the ultimate edition again.
and I think we talked about this before, but like when he started making cuts and improving things and add like
But he's doing transitions. That's
he was adding transitions, but it was just like when he first came on, he's like, I'm not going to change anything. It's still going to be Zack Snyder's movie. It is getting farther and farther from Zack Snyder's
as
movie.
they keep reshooting and cutting different pieces out of the movie. Like
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, he's a pretty important person in the movie.
No, except that wasn't Lex Luthor.
A wasn't Lex Luthor, but B, the way that they've positioned that character
Yeah.
is he should be a bigger role in Justice League. Should
And
he
maybe
appear.
they do reshoots now, but maybe he's not a big part of Justice League. Like, Lex doesn't actually have to be a large part of
No.
Justice League. He has to be a big part of the Superman movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, if you look at the DC comics as a whole, like Lex Luthor becomes more than just a villain for Superman. He becomes a villain for the Justice League.
He does,
at
but
some point.
build up
which
to that,
point-
maybe.
At which point?
Yeah.
And build up
So-
to that separately from this movie, because DC has a problem carrying multiple storylines in one film.
And yeah, apparently, now I don't care too much about movies, bros, but apparently the soundtrack got leaked. Not leaked, but like the titles got leaked for the Justice League movie.
Oh, yeah.
And Green Lantern is in it again? I guess?
Which
Good on Joss.
I guess.
I've heard there was that thing though with the trailer. If you really pay attention to it.
Yes, there's the line where no lanterns, right?
No, not that. When it was on Alfred
Mm-hmm.
doing the whole car thing,
Yeah.
and you actually hear two booms, and they figure one of them is probably Superman,
Of course.
and one might be Green Lantern or Supergirl.
It's not going to be Supergirl.
You
They
know
they're,
that.
they're not going to...
It's DC.
Yeah, you have no idea what's coming out of
Exactly.
these nutcases.
So
I'd be more inclined to think that it would be a Green Lantern.
But that's what people think is because if you really listen to it, you can hear two booms. Like when with the glass, it's boom, boom. It's like two people
I know.
landing.
Right. And so that was their big statement. Well, Zack Snyder's big statement making the movies, like there's no Green Lanterns, no Green Lanterns.
Probably a cameo at the end.
And then apparently it's an important cameo too, which ties everything together, which is why they're on the soundtrack. You don't put
You've all been living in a dream.
the Green Lantern dream.
Flashpoint.
So Green Lantern, I'm okay with the Green Lanterns in this movie.
Yeah.
I think they should have been.
Really should have been like minus Cyborg plus one Green Lantern, please.
No, I think Cyborg was fine.
I think Cyborg
Because Cyborg is a tie into Darkseid because he has the technology that communicates with that.
yes, but have that as a have Cyborg as the post-credit scene. Don't have.
He's a
Cyborg-
big part of the new 52 Justice League. So.
Cyborg.
Growing up, I recognized Cyborg as Teen Titans, not
Yes.
as
Yeah.
Justice League. So
No, in the new comics, he's...
Because
I
even
think that's
Starfire's
silly.
grown up and she's actually leading the Teen Titans, but she's
See, and this is my other issue with all of this stuff is you get... Like, I read some of the new 52 stuff.
yeah.
And it has Batman as an established-ish kind of person. Like, he's still kind of a mystery to Gotham and to people.
Yeah.
Like, people know someone's doing stuff, and they, like, the bat is the rumor.
Yeah.
But he's established. He has all the kids. Like, all the wards are actually still there. They all exist in, like, the same thing.
Even Red Hood?
Yes. So he's got Damien.
Yeah, which is his son, which is the newest one.
Dick.
Dick, Tim.
And Tim. He's only got 3.
There's another one, and I can't remember which one that is.
But either way, like,
Jason Todd. Jason Todd is the Red Hood.
I think he has Tim. But either way, he has 3 of his wards, and they all live there, and, like, they establish it. But, like, he meets Green Lantern for the first time, and both of them are like, "You're real? Like, you're a person? Holy cow!"
So
yeah.
Whereas, and it's like, that's all you need. At this point, that is all you freaking need. The comics pulled this off.
Well, the way you have Batman position is he knows these things already.
Yes.
He just doesn't care.
If anything, Superman should know some of these things as well.
Superman in the DCU is dumb. And
like,
yeah, but Superman.
I guess he was raised on Earth.
Yeah,
if he was raised on Earth, then that would be different.
He wouldn't know about the Green Lantern.
That would be a different story. If anything, that's what you use Supergirl to do. Is Kara comes in, says, "Hey, as a kid, I heard stories of these Green Lantern."
But I mean, Superman. I don't know. Superman in the DCU bugs me, anyways, just because, like, again, in the comics, he wasn't raised as this, like, sullen, broody.
Snaps necks kind of guy.
Snapping necks kind of guy. In the comics, it's like he doesn't save his dad, which whatever. Like, and in my opinion, in my opinion, the stronger story is his dad dies of something he can't save him from.
Yeah, heart attack.
Not a tornado.
No, because he could stop a tornado.
But that's the point.
But that's the thing. Like, not being able to stop a heart attack, all of a sudden it's like, see, you can't solve every problem, Clark. Whereas the tornado, he could have run to save him, and no one knows he would have been gone.
He would have reversed the...
Well, no.
No, he could have grabbed his dad and, like,
it's not
disappeared into another field.
It's not like the Flash version of the DCEU, where when he zips, you can see the lightning.
Yeah. This is like, all of a sudden, Clark just kind of, like, goes to the back of the crowd a bit and then just disappears. No one's... Like, everybody's watching the bloody tornado.
So he let his dad die.
He did in the DCU.
Yes.
Huh.
Because his dad told him not to go save him, and he listened like an idiot. And then all of a sudden, since then, he was like, "My life sucks." And you're going...
No,
you're Batman.
You're the... But he's not Batman!
Well, no, I think the brooding works for Batman.
Well, because that's Batman. His parents both got shot in front of him. He's allowed to brood.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one thing that they can't change unless it's Flashpoint.
But, like, Superman in those movies, because even when we first saw the first one, you're sitting there going, why is he just so glum? Because he grew up in Kansas with a fairly good childhood.
And on top of that, I don't think that the Superman in the comics, like the modern-day comics, is okay with that level of destruction on a city.
Well, and that was just Zack Snyder.
Yes.
He wanted a big climactic end to it.
I know, but there's other ways you could have...
Destroy a major city.
Metropolis. Done.
What, New York?
No, it's Metropolis.
Metropolis.
Yeah, but it's based off New York.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's now based off New York.
Yes.
I think it was originally supposed to be based off Chicago.
I thought that was Green Lantern. Or not Green Lantern, not Green Arrow.
I don't know. But now they're saying... Now in the comics, it's...
If anything, Green Arrow should be in the DCEU. If anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Arrow should be more...
I think the TV part of that holds it back.
And that's stopping them from using the Flash because I don't... Like, I'm sorry. I see...
They couldn't find the right person to play Green Arrow.
I think Grant Gustison's a better Flash than Ezra Miller.
I'm just saying.
He's got the witty. He's got the...
They feel that Ezra Miller is better than Grant Gustin. They just couldn't find someone better for Green Arrow.
I feel like finding
Stephen Amell is apparently good.
You can find any actor if you absolutely need to.
But at the same time, Stephen Amell is not the Green Arrow from the comics either.
He's very Batman.
He's Batman.
He's basically Green Batman.
Watched something that it was intentional.
It was intentional. It was a very good job.
The comics is intentional to be...
Yes, because if you read the Green Arrow comics, he's very comical.
Yes.
Like arrows with giant boxing gloves on it. And
He did that in one episode.
I did, okay.
But like
He did do it in one episode where he put an arrow into a boxing glove and went...
Seriously? I gotta watch that clip.
But even
I never watched Arrow, so
he's wittier in the comics too.
Yes.
Like he is
Yeah.
the jovial fun guy.
Yeah, and a little bit older as well.
Yeah.
He is.
But no, what they did with Arrow for TV was perfect because it makes for an amazing show. And when you can't have Batman, you might as well have Batman Light, and that's exactly what he is. So it works out. Like I have nothing bad against Arrow on TV, other than some of the junk they tried to pull, but that's just television.
Yeah, the TV jank is never going to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, Flash suffers from it from a lot of episodes too.
But that's where the DCU, I just don't understand how they keep getting characters wrong. Because it's the same problem Sony and Fox have with a lot of their comic book people, like their characters, is you can change the stories, and you can alter certain things, but like Peter Parker should be Peter. Like I should recognize Peter Parker by the actions he takes and
the way he speaks and
by his actions.
By his actions, like you should know Tony Stark is Tony Stark. You should know that Captain America is Captain America. If they made Captain America brooding and dark and like Gurry off the bat, and not like I stand for the American way.
He did for a bit, yeah.
Like
he does for points, but that's
I don't like
but that's
I personally
you can have them dip.
I personally don't like their red cycling they had in the Supergirl TV show.
Oh yeah,
I did not like
the robot, wasn't it?
Red Tornado.
Yeah.
I hated that version.
It was robot.
That is not the Red Tornado from the comics.
And that's the thing. You can take liberties, but they have to be that character. And that's where DC just keeps. Okay, Batman's fine because they can do brooding.
Brooding's easy.
Wonder Woman apparently.
Wonder Woman was good.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
She wasn't brooding.
It's Wonder Woman. I'll get to it.
She's not brooding.
No,
she didn't brood, but it was also a completely new director to all of this stuff, and
I love James Cameron riff on it. I'm like, dude, just lay off.
Yeah.
You're just salty that you got.
You go back to working on your Avatar.
You're just salty that they made a good movie that it was a female director. Get over it.
Yeah. No, and like that's what I mean. Like she did an amazing job, but she went off the camp.
The DCEU script.
Yeah, they're probably like do this, and she's like, I think it doesn't make sense. I think we can do better.
Or not. Let's say we did and not.
Yeah. And so all of a sudden you're sitting there looking at, because we saw Wonder Woman, walked out and went like, I have no major complaints about this film. Whereas you walk out of Batman versus Superman going like,
everything is wrong.
No, you walk out with that like, just freshly seen it going like,
okay,
all right, and then you make it to the car.
And then you're starting to talk. And
the more you dissect it, you're like, oh man, where's Wonder Woman? You're like, man, that scene where she does this, or the scene where this happens.
I really don't understand Doomsday. What happened to Doomsday?
Yeah. I even tried to do it with Wonder Woman where I was nitpicking about...
And the nitpicks we had on the way home were very...
Yeah, they were very small.
Like, they're just the same thing you have with
any other movie
where it's like, well, they should have shot this from this angle. Yeah. It would have been better if it was,
Yeah.
And then, you're really nitpicking and being like, oh, I could have edited that better.
We come up with better stories.
Yes.
We do. Our stories are much better.
Yeah.
Fanfics. Yeah. Pro fanfics.
But that's what I just don't understand is how DC can keep screwing.
The DCEU is on a roller coaster this week, is basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that we're getting some Joker stuff, but then the way that they're announcing it.
What I don't like about the Joker, though, and I know they've done it in the comics, is I don't need an origin story about Joker.
No, that's the whole anonymity of it. Even with the Killing Joke, there was a huge anonymity of who this character is.
Yeah.
So, but why?
No, you don't need to.
That was my biggest complaint about the Tim Burton flick. Making him the guy that killed his parents.
Yeah.
Was like, you're like,
I mean, timeline-wise, it didn't.
It doesn't make sense either. But like, I sit there going like, and that's the only part of that Tim Burton film that really throws me off. Is
but even there was an origin there.
And it was
barely
an origin. So
he was a gangster.
He was a gangster.
That's all you knew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's good enough for me. I don't need to know where he comes from.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't need to know him as a kid.
I don't know.
That's where the Gotham TV show really went south a little bit.
Just trying to explain all the
Joker stuff.
Yeah.
And then they brought him back.
Everything.
And then they brought him back, and then it's just super...
But even, like, playing through Arkham City, unlocking all those recordings with Hugo Strange talking to every major villain, and he's talking to Joker and about his origin, and Joker tells his origin, and goes... And then by the end of it, Strange is like, well, that's interesting, because that's the third different story I've heard from you about how you've come
but
who
look-
you
look
are.
at-
But
look
that's
at Nolan's
and that's
Joker.
what I like about it is just you keeping that
Oh yeah,
mystery.
The Dark Knight Joker was.
Well, even every
up
time he goes up,
perfectly, too.
like, you know, I don't
Different
know how I
story.
got this, and they kept changing, and you're just like, because the first time he says it, you're like, he tells the story, and you're like, oh,
That's-
all right, that's why
yeah.
you're twisted, and
That's
then all of a sudden he
fucked
says
up.
it again, and you're like, wait a tick, you're being a dick.
And then he tries to do it a third time.
Yeah.
It obviously gets stopped in the process, but
Yeah.
it was going to be a different story.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
that's what I like.
but
It's-
yeah,
yes.
But I don't know how you're going to do that in a movie.
with that.
yeah, no, I don't know.
You tell a movie from Joker's perspective where he's telling 3 different stories.
How about doing that? Like
It's just-
as he's talking to
Okay,
Hugo
if
Strange,
anyone can get away with that, Scorsese.
and you have him being
actually,
interviewed.
you could have him being interviewed, or someone being interviewed, and this
Or
is
with
what
Har-
Joker told me,
Yeah.
and go to that, and then go to different.
The ways I see it is this, and just,
And then you talk to Harley,
And then you talk to.
and
I
then
don't
Harley tells a different story.
Yeah.
oh man, then you can have a bunch of different people playing Joker.
You can have 3 different.
Flashpoint.
people.
Not even Flashpoint, but just like in their minds, it was like, you know,
this
oh,
one-
he was a you know
A big
a
dude.
big dude and da 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 da.
And the other one's like a scrawny,
yeah.
scrawny clown. Like,
But then if you do Margot Robbie as
And then no, I don't think she'd even be part of that.
well, no, but if you were interviewing Harley Quinn, all of a sudden it's her and then Jared
he's
Leto.
just
And then you can have a very-
Yeah.
and then you can have a very cartoony look about it, the purple suit, like that classic Harley
I think he'd be-
costume. You could totally do
I
that.
think he'd be the square-jawed guy to Harley.
Mhm.
He'd be perfect.
But you could go with the Leto
Like
version.
that.
Like, yeah. No, I would actually see that film.
That'd be interesting.
What, Leto with like a purple suit?
Well, no, well,
No,
I
doing
would
a
see
Joker
that,
with
but just,
like 3 different Jokers.
Oh, yeah,
He's
totally.
scored
Yeah.
different variations
Mhm.
of him.
and then just keep intercutting the man. That's a
See,
that's like a
Ideas.
Netflix series waiting to go.
Ideas.
Yeah.
CW, get on it.
But like I said, Scorsese doing one is
I'm not gonna stop.
I just don't.
I'm
like
not gonna
You don't. That was my. It just.
you don't need the origin
You don't
story.
need an origin story. Of
I think a
Joker,
Joker movie by
Sure.
Scorsese would be.
But you don't.
And I
need
think
an origin.
in this era where we are expecting all these comic book movies to intertwine,
Yeah.
making different movies that don't
Oh,
intertwine.
you're screwing yourself over.
Well,
Yeah,
in
you're
a way,
shooting
though,
yourself in
Marvel
the-
does
Yeah.
do that though. With I mean, you go Fantastic Four, X-Men, then you
but
go.
but you have,
Marvel does.
but that there's an expectation that when you see a
So
Doctor
Marvel.
Strange, he's got a bigger role to play in the Infinity War stuff. If you watch Spider-Man, you get that. You
Yeah.
get understanding and
And
expectation to
maybe
see
you
him.
even go Quicksilver though. That's two
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, but
So
Marvel-
has done it.
They have, but they want to make when it's a Marvel flick, and even
They-
the advertising, they're like,
Advertising when you watch the intro
"Hey,
move.
hey, look! There's a
Not-
shot of Iron Man. That means it's with the Iron Man movies.
Remember-
Did you see Wolverine? No, it's not part of those."
They said
yeah,
the incident. The incident. the incident.
But yeah, like Marvel does a pretty, and even the Spider-Man Homecoming, the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is in there was a big time, one, to draw a crowd because Robert Downey Jr., but
Yeah.
two, to be like, this Spider-Man
Is clearly.
is clearly part of this section.
Yeah.
Just like his web fluid, it's version 3.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's what I mean. It's just like,
yeah.
Marvel makes sure you know.
You slap
what's
the
coming.
Marvel logo in front, you get someone like Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. in there,
Yeah.
or both, apparently.
Sure.
Cemented.
But see, and the funniest part with all the DCU stuff coming out is, or DCEU is, like Thor released their poster, the new poster, and everybody's like, I didn't think ever in my life I would say that I was more excited for a Thor movie than a Justice League flick. Like, never in my life did I think that that would be something that was happening,
Yeah.
and yet
Yeah, November's going to be a heavy month.
we're at that point now where Thor is looking
Stellar.
so good.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I mean, I'm excited because again, DC's,
I'm excited for them to do a good Thor movie,
I'll
too.
still see both of them.
and that's the other piece is we actually
as-
get a fun Thor flick.
Yeah,
I'll see both of them.
Oh,
Oh, of course.
But
That's
again, as I say every time we
just
talk
my
about
standards
this,
are going
But
to be
the thing is, you
lower.
have to go from the average
Standard.
moviegoer's perspective. It's they see a trailer for Justice League and they see a trailer for Thor Ragnarok. They go, "Oh, that trailer looks super fun."
Thor
That
looks like
super
I'm
fun."
going to have fun.
I remember those characters. I saw them in the first Avengers movie.
Well, and especially when you get Thor going like, he's my friend from work. And
Yeah,
you're just
I get that bit.
Right, and you're going like, oh, that's cute. Whereas in Batman or Justice League, it's like
As they play it way too safe, is
No,
what
they
I
play
think.
too dark.
they play too dark.
They play too dark. They play too. They're not taking any chances
they
or
take
risks with their
Batman's universe
characters.
and extend it over everyone.
Which is and it's funny because again, I was watching. I've talked about this one before, but Kevin Smith interviewed Paul Dini who worked on the Batman animated series. Like, he was the main writer. And then transitioned to the Batman and Superman animated show.
Yeah.
And Kevin Smith was like, well, those are two pretty conflicting, like, you know, you have Metropolis, it's pretty, it's bright, you know, because they did the Superman show, like the Adventures of Superman, the Adventures of Batman, and then the two shows just combined into one. No, it was just the Adventures of Batman and Superman or whatever it was.
Yeah. Okay. And then, but that evolved into the Justice League.
It evolved into the Justice League, but it's like, well, how do you counter that? And he's like, well, Batman might live in that, like, dark world, but you have to, there's a balance that you have to find between Superman and Batman. You can't just be like, we're bringing Batman into the light or sinking Superman into the darkness. He's like, there was a very, like, that took a long time in the writer's room with the character bibles and everything going through, like, how can we write this show? And it's like, and Kevin Smith's like, interesting. So you can have a lighthearted Superman without having, like, and have a dark brooding Batman at the same time?
Yeah.
But they tried to get Paul Dini in for free.
Yeah.
Instead of actually going like, hey, dude who's written this crap for
you know how to
20
Batman.
years.
Do things.
You know how to Batman.
Here's money. Write us a decent flick. Because with CGI, it's not like he could even write a script and they go, oh, we can't pull that off.
Yeah.
There is nothing you can't do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're CGI a mustache off of Henry Cavill. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yes, I'm excited to see that.
Wouldn't it be cheaper for Warner Bros. To pay to CGI a mustache back on him?
Or put fake hair on him.
Whoa. But he's filming Mission Impossible whatever now.
Don't care. Shave it and add it in post.
I think it's 6.
Whatever.
Tom Cruise's search for more money.
Yep.
I watched a thing about him the other day. Not relevant to anything.
Good old Tom Cruise.
Cool.
Speaking of movies.
Speaking of other movies. Okay, so this is...
I have no idea what we're talking about today.
Okay, so this is more specific to the American audience.
Yes. I looked this up when they announced.
I know. I
tried.
Okay, so it's called Movie Pass.
Yes.
This is a service called Movie Pass in America.
It is a monthly subscription thing.
It's a monthly subscription thing. I think it's like, I don't know, like it was, say,
it wasn't
15.
That bad.
No,
it's $10.
Now it's okay. So they dropped it down to $10.
That's the news.
No, there's better news. There's better news. So for $10 a month, you basically can go. It's like a Netflix, but for actual theaters. They mail you like a Movie Pass debit card or Visa or something like that.
Just show up at the theater
and then you swipe it. Yeah. So there's a bunch of movie theaters in America who have signed up onto this Movie Pass site. Yeah. In Canada, we only have like Landmark and Alberta. Anyways, there's probably other ones, but in Canada, it's primarily just Cineplex. But in America, they have AMC. They've got they have like 4 or 5 different providers, I guess, for theaters. But AMC is kind of they're kind of not okay with them dropping the price down to $10.
That's one movie.
Yeah, that's less than one movie. They don't.
Oh yeah.
So my question now is obviously Movie Pass. The people that own Movie Pass, when that card is swiped, owe the theater the price of admission.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think they feel they can make up
they should make up
the money by just new subscribers.
Right.
And
so
the
that's the question. As long as Movie Pass is making the money.
And here's my big piece about this. Say I sign up for Movie Pass and I go to an AMC movie theater to watch a film.
Yep.
I'm more inclined to buy popcorn and other things.
Your theater's making way more money off of concession.
So it's like you think about it. I'm already paying less for your movie ticket, which is fine. But I'm gonna take that money that I saved.
Yeah.
Probably buy a little bit more in concession stuff.
Well, even in Canada, this was in the news this morning. Cineplex is dropping their prices because there's been no summer blockbusters, so they're just trying to get people into the movie theater.
I was actually talking to my family yesterday. I didn't even know it this week. It was half off, it was Tuesday prices all day this week.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I know.
So yeah, Cineplex, because there's been no big movies.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Like we had Spider-Man at the beginning of the
year. I would have been going to movies. I would have every day.
I would have tried.
Like I said, I just read this in the news the other day. Like it is literally.
Man, they advertised that very poorly.
Well, I don't think they really wanted people going.
I guess so.
They wanted people after the fact going, oh man, I guess we should go to a movie now.
I can still go to a movie today.
Is it still today, do you think?
Yeah, this week.
All right, well.
Today it ends.
I will confer with the SO to see if we want to try and find some Wonder Woman or something in theater still.
But yeah, See, and again, I have enough scene points in Canada. If you're watching Canadian-wise, I have enough scene points
to last a lifetime or two.
I have not paid for a movie in
several years. True, but if Movie Pass ever came to Canada,
sure.
Oh yeah,
give you that right now.
And I was telling Chris about this. I would almost even drop my Netflix subscription just to go to theaters.
You could. Yeah.
So
and at the same time, you can again with the movie pass, because the scene points you're still going like.
Mm-hmm.
With my scene points, I'm going like because I don't have as many as some people in this household, but
so
we can't. But I sit there going like, I still ponder the movies I go to.
Yeah.
If we had a pass,
I wouldn't
just
care.
to go.
You're going to everything that comes out.
Yes. Even if it's only one a day, you're just gonna go every day.
Romantic
Sure.
comedies. I'm down.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's the
Straight up
It is,
romantic
it is
movie.
Netflix,
Sure.
but for theaters.
And then the only other thing is getting to going to the theater.
But I think though that's
That's
worth
fine.
it. That's worth the trip.
I have a
then,
theater within walking distance
yeah,
of my
you
house.
really do. You're
So
close.
I would be fine
Yes.
with that.
Go to Chris's place.
So the other piece of the AMC news about them not, being too happy about it is they're trying to see if they
Figure
can.
out a lawsuit.
Well, not just a lawsuit, but find a way to get out of this agreement in which they've signed on to.
Yeah.
One of their early things that they're trying right now is, I think in some states they are, because you can use this Movie Pass Visa card to buy tickets online and then just kind of go to the theater.
Yeah.
Well, they're actually blocking that online.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They're starting
You actually have to
block
go to the
that.
theater to swipe the card to get in, basically.
Yeah.
And so it's like, AMC is just a little salty about this all.
But that's the thing, though. Like I said, they think they said before the price drop they had 200,000 subscribers.
But they increased by like 150
But
or
they
something.
dropped this down to $10. They have 150,000.
Yes.
You almost made that up.
Yes. And that and
In one month, under 1 month.
and it'll still keep going higher.
Yeah.
It will
Oh,
keep
for sure.
as this news starts spreading and spreading and spreading.
Like I said, I'd like to
Like-
see how the whole payment plan works between the theater and Movie Pass and all that kind of stuff.
I think
Because
they
obviously, if
make it
AMC's mad, they're taking a cut somewhere.
And so I guess they did a budget analysis or something like that. They're losing only like 50 cents per subscriber because it's like $10 for a Movie Pass or something like that, or whatever, and it's like $9.50 that they get back, or I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of financial stuff that I don't understand.
There's always we pass businesses every once in a while, and I go, I wonder, I would like to see their books.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, why? And I'm like, because I'm intrigued on how they actually make money.
because this store's in the middle of nowhere.
You have a store either in the middle of nowhere, you go into a store and there's like nobody there at a prime time for stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot where we were the other day, and I'm just like, I'd like to know how, this business makes money.
Get into
Or
that.
you pass a restaurant like we had the Tilted Kilt that was just in Sherwood Park.
Yeah.
It's closed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just around the other day.
Whenever we went there, it was busy.
Plates is another one too. Plates on the Calgary Trail here.
Oh, yeah.
That one closed down.
But that's the thing, like,
It was always busy when I went there.
so then are they not charging enough for food? Were they paying to that's when I
Were
look at
they-
businesses
yeah.
going, I'd like to see your business model and how it just because I'm intrigued. I'm not
Give
going
me
to
your
use it
books.
for
I'm interested.
I'm interested. I don't
for a
actually.
friend. I'm interested for a friend.
I'm not trying to start
asking
my
for-
own business or
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I would just like to know.
So yeah, Movie Pass. If we had this here, I would totally sign up for it.
Oh, totally.
Okay, also depending on the price too. If it was
If it was
now
ten-
Canadian, so now
That would probably be about $15.
$15.
That's
15,
fine. I'd
and-
be paying $15 to go see as many
But the
movies
thing
as
is,
I want to go
but the
see.
thing is, in Canada, this
For me,
essentially you have
that's
to make it the
gold.
price of one ticket to get people in.
and so the
'Cause
big
that's how
because you know
Netflix-
the nostalgia would wear off. That people would just go, I don't want to go see a movie.
Oh, yeah, so now
no.
you're going to go a month
And
without
eventually
actually
you're paying-
going to
and
see
yeah,
it.
and then you're-
Oh no, I think I would.
You would.
Eventually,
I would capitalize on that for at
Eventually.
least a year.
You would.
Yes.
Eventually, people would lose.
Other people would be like,
Yes.
"There's nothing I want to see
and
this."
forget about their subscription. They
Oh,
have their
no.
subscription.
Oh no, we would make it a point to watch the bad
Us,
movies.
yes.
Yes, and then and it's the same with. That's how those music subscription programs work. Is I look at it as I pay what I would pay for an album,
Yeah,
and I can listen to any music I damn well want to listen to.
Mhm.
it's 15.
Sure.
Yeah, I say $15, about the same
My
per album.
Yeah, it's around anywhere from $9 to $10 to $15.
okay, when I used to buy albums, they were $9.99 on
10 to
iTunes.
15.
Something like that.
10 to 15.
Yeah, except then all of a sudden, like Google Play Music, I pay because I pay for two of us on the family plan thing. It's $14.99 a month for two people,
Yeah.
and it's like that's $7.50 a month that I pay for music, whereas I used to pay upwards of $30 for albums if like enough albums came out in a month.
Mhm.
But now I can be like, oh, knew this, boop, knew this, bloop.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like listening to this, boop.
And the best part is that it doesn't use your data either. So
yeah, well,
if you
because I just download it.
yeah.
So like, but that's what I mean. Like now it's part of. It's like, oh, it's the price of admission for one album, and I get all these albums. I think in Canada, yeah, you bring a movie pass in, it's got to be 15, 16, whatever the price of the ticket
I'd be
is.
fine with that.
Can I use my scene points to buy
That's
movie
really what I'm
pass?
paying for Netflix. About.
I'll pay 1,000 scene points a month. That'll unload them.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the same for Netflix for us. We're about 12.
They upped it a little bit again.
So I mean it'd be the same.
Again,
so,
I don't care.
So essentially, I'd be
Me
paying
too.
$30 to go see as many movies as I want in theater and go home to watch.
And you've got that
shows.
promotion,
Yeah.
or you've got that incentive from me to purchase more concession stuff.
For sure, at least
well,
Is my
I
big
would.
is my big thing.
you
I
say
would
that now.
have to.
You say now, but it's like, oh, you get this movie pass, subscriber bonus. You get an extra $1 off of your popcorn or something. Okay.
I'd probably go somewhere.
Well, if you get a Steam card, you get 10% off all
Yeah.
your concession
So
stuff.
it's like- and
oh yeah, $18 for popcorn sounds like a deal.
Popcorn is dirt cheap.
Well, I guess yeah. In a way,
Dirt
you would be
fucking
saving
cheap.
money. In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're still making money even if you
And you're
charge 10%
you're literally
off or
looking
$1.
at it as, I haven't really paid for this movie because it's the 6th movie I've seen this week.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
made.
afford some, I can afford some
Yeah, it's
popcorn.
like it's this month has paid for itself in movies. I
Yeah.
guess I can get something else.
I can splurge on some popcorn.
I can get some churros.
Oh man, you know how much money they would make at a theater?
All the churros.
Legit churros, Disney churros.
They have churros in Cineplex.
I know they're
They're
not
not
Disney,
great.
They're not the Disney.
They're
churros.
not great.
Disney can charge me like $5 for a churro, and I'm like, yes.
I would pay. I'd take 2. I'll take 2.
I sent him a picture when we were in Disney World of me eating a churro.
You're so mean.
Yep.
Yep. I'm a dick.
Moving on.
I take games.
yeah, we're going on to game stuff.
This
here.
one was a surprise to
Holy
me.
crap! They kept this really hidden. So, Injustice 2 revealed their Fighter Pack 2 DLC. Raiden. No surprise, it's another. It's NetherRealm. It's another realm game. So you get Raiden coming into Injustice 2.
People are
You
mad
got
about that one.
why? It makes so much sense.
It goes with it.
Why do I want more Mortal Kombat characters in my DC fighting game? And I'm like, you already like the roster in the DC like
It's
in
already
Injustice
pretty
2 is already
huge.
pretty big.
Just let them have it.
The fact that they're throwing
And
these
Raiden
kind of
works
guys
well
in is
with
just
Raiden would.
Raiden works awesome.
All of them work well.
He's magic.
Okay, in all honesty, you could throw. They've done a game. It was DC.
It was-
it
oh
was
my
DC
God.
versus Mortal Kombat.
I try to forget that game every day.
I like that game.
Oh,
That was awesome.
bad game.
Awesome.
That
So
was the start of the
That
story.
was the start of this whole
yes,
Injustice.
it really
story.
was.
Yeah.
It really was.
It's a fighting game.
So I can't fault him. I can't fault him for that.
So honestly,
So
if they
ma-
added all of the Mortal Kombat roster into
That's fine.
Injustice,
I want
I'd
Stryker.
be like,
I want Stryker.
damn.
I want Stryker.
And then Freddy and Jason and the Predator
and the Alien.
Did they have the alien?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was in
10 X.
Yeah, the last Mortal Kombat game. So Raiden, whatever you
I
pronounce
do
it.
Freddy and Jason.
Black Manta,
Yes, he looks.
pretty cool. He's a cool villain.
He's a cool villain.
He
But
is a cool
they did
villain.
legit on him for this fighting.
They
game.
look. He looks like
Maybe that's what he'll look like
Black
in the
Manta.
Aquaman movie.
Maybe.
he is the villain for that.
But
Yeah,
maybe
maybe that's what he'll look like.
Well, I mean, they've got that opportunity. They did that with Wonder Woman already, where you could get the Wonder Woman costume from
Yeah.
the movie in Injustice 2.
They did that in the first Injustice. You could be
Yep.
Stephen Amell.
Yep. Yeah, voiced by.
Voiced
Stephen.
by Stephen Amell.
unfortunately-
I have it on my computer.
Unfortunately, this Wonder Woman costume didn't come with Gal Gadot.
No, she
Well,
probably wouldn't.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
expensive.
Hollywood dollars.
And so the big surprise,
Yeah.
Hellboy, and not just like the
Come
movie
on,
Hellboy,
Hellboy.
like the comic book.
Yeah, they went comic
The
book.
comic
Hellboy.
book
People were
Hellboy.
again.
Oh, I'm so okay with this.
Because I saw this on,
I'm so
I
ready
saw
for
this,
that.
and of course I go to the Reddit comments because I'm like, what do you think, random internet strangers? And people are like, why does Hellboy look so stupid? And it's like, have you never read a Hellboy comic?
He's not
The way he
supposed to be
looks.
that buff.
He's
like,
not. He's not supposed to look like Ron Perlman. He's supposed. That's exactly the look.
Ron Perlman didn't look like Ron Perlman in that movie.
No,
also
he
true.
looked amazing. Although I cannot wait for the
Well
next Hellboy movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we all can't.
Yeah,
wait for
but
it.
no, this Hellboy looked awesome.
Yes.
I saw it and I'm like,
This looks
they
like
got Hellboy.
They got the comic. It is comic accurate.
Yeah.
Down to like the tail, the horn, everything.
And the funniest part
eyes.
is that he's not DC.
Nope. But the thing is, DC has
Is Warner
a
Brothers doing them?
no. But there's Injustice does the Dark Horse comics, or Dark Horse does the Injustice comics.
'Kay.
And because Dark Horse does also Hellboy,
That's how.
that's how the connection works.
Makes sense.
Because I'm
that's
like,
how-
good on them to get Hellboy. Like that's a good get.
Yeah, I'm excited. This makes me more inclined to buy Injustice 2 than Marvel Infinite now.
Bring it out on PC and you've
Just
got
get
yourself
both,
a
Tony.
sale.
Just get both.
And then I gotta get Pokken Tournament too.
Just get all 3.
Rabbids comes out soon.
Get all 4.
This doesn't work this way.
Sure it does.
Money grows on trees, right?
And then I gotta get Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh,
Get all
yeah.
Ah!
Get all 4 fighting games.
I don't get paid till the end of September.
I get paid in 2 weeks.
So yeah, Hellboy. I'm excited to see. It was just a reveal trailer, so there's no gameplay or anything like that. But I'm
Cool that they added
excited.
him.
I'm excited to see
Yeah.
what they do with that character.
Well, the fact that he's already got like a scene where he's, grabbing a
rocket.
out of the
That'll
air.
probably be sort of like a mechanic where he can grab a projectile or some form of a projectile and throw it back.
Even he's got the fit. Like Hellboy is just a versatile dude.
You could do
It's
so
gonna be
much.
awesome.
I suspect he's going to be a brawler type. He won't have.
Oh, yeah.
With a close range, like
His pistol.
Yeah.
It won't be a long range. He won't be a
it
range.
sucks at long range.
He won't be a range character like Red Hood would be. Is.
No, I thought this was cool.
Yeah.
Reddit thought it was very off-putting, and I'm just like, what is wrong?
Well, the thing is, if you think about NetherRealm, they are experienced. They know how to make guest character.
Yeah, they were mostly mad that they weren't getting DC people, and I'm like, you have pretty much the entire roster you're gonna get.
What else?
with
Who
DC
else
people.
do you want?
And that's the biggest
Is the
piece.
big-
Is now like
is the big thing.
Blue
who
Beetle.
That's already in. He's already in the game.
Just naming guys.
the Beetleborgs?
No, Blue Beetle's already in the main
No,
roster.
I now want the Beetleborgs. I know they're not owned by
Gargoyles.
They're owned by Simon. Simon.
I want gargoyles.
They're
Seven.
owned by Disney.
Um,
I want to lie.
the nice thing about
All
it,
Marvel characters.
the nice thing about him being in an Injustice game and not like a Mortal Kombat game is you don't have to worry about doing fatalities on him. Because I feel like Dark Horse would probably be like, no, don't be cutting our Hellboy's head off like that. Or having
they'd
his,
mind,
That's why
honestly.
he's not-
I feel
It's happened enough in the comics.
but yeah,
Hellboy gets trashed all over the place.
yeah. So, now that door's been open, what other characters are?
That's the same thing that happened in Super
You
Smash
do it.
Bros. Is all of a sudden you get
because
like
they were doing, I think in the first Injustice they had a poll of like what guest characters you guys want, and
Yeah.
Hellboy was on the close to the top of that list, and everyone's like, oh, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
yeah,
And
because that happened
Sure
in Smash
enough.
Bros. Is all of a sudden it's like
reasonable-
someone comes out and you're like, how did they get that? And all of a sudden there's another thing like, what characters do you want? And everybody's like, Goku. Can we get Goku? And
Goku would have been a great get. I'll be honest.
Well, and I mean that was the internet's kind of joke, was like Goku and Shrek, and they topped the charts for that poll. But it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo wasn't like,
Honestly,
Goku wouldn't be bad for this game. Let's give it a whirl.
I like
Yeah.
Goku is
People.
probably just up there with Cloud
Sure.
in terms of.
But the fact that Cloud made it into that game, all of a sudden it's like, well, now anything's possible. Like,
and then Bayonetta came in. And
well,
then
yeah, it's like we got Cloud in a Super Smash. Like,
Cloud and Ryu.
yeah.
Cloud and Ryu.
But that's what I mean. Like, you guys thought Snake was big and Sonic was big. Like, we got Ryu and Cloud, the guy who's
Those
like,
two-
the
the two
flagship of PlayStation, pretty much.
Yes. In their original costumes,
Yeah.
no less, as well.
Yeah, but didn't even have to like bamboozle them in some weird way to be like, it's totally Cloud.
It's a Cloud version.
Yeah.
And it's Ryu. If they fucked up Ryu, I think people would have.
That amiibo, by the way, is down to like $4 now.
I know. I don't need it.
I almost
Just
bought
like
it
the
for you.
games, Tony. Just get it. Just spend money.
I'll leave it at work or something like that.
Pretty much, it's just it's a pretty Ryu statue because he's well done.
I know, though. All those. I was looking at the Bayonetta ones. Those look really cool
Yeah.
too. Unfortunately, I don't think I could put that at work, but
Not safe for work. Just like put
yeah,
it's post-it notes all over. Yeah,
not safe for work. Not safe for work. Bayonetta.
just miniature ones like over certain parts of her body.
Yeah, no, like I
Oh,
think
wait,
there's
cool.
I think there's 2 more fighter pack updates for Injustice 2 if
probably.
memory serves me right.
So who was the first Mortal Kombat character? I'm assuming
Sub-Zero.
Scorpion or
Sub-
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero was
So
the first
Scorpion's going to be in the next one.
Scorpion probably.
You can't do.
Well, yeah.
It's NetherRealm. Come on.
I would
Although
see
Scorpion
people
was in the
fill it.
last one
Shang
in
Tsung.
Injustice 1.
They'll keep throwing him in.
Goro.
Goro.
I think Goro.
Goro would be cool.
Honestly, I think Goro would be the next
He
most
fits in
logical.
with comic book stuff.
Either that or
Again,
Luke,
the
or
old-
Luke Cage.
Not Luke Cage. Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage. Sorry,
Yeah.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Johnny
well,
Cage.
So I think Johnny Cage would probably be the one that doesn't fit.
Most characters don't fit.
He'd fit.
How?
He's like Green Arrow. He fits as much as Green Arrow fits in fighting Superman.
And in terms of DC characters, like I think you're right. Like I think all the major characters are in now.
At this point,
you'd be grabbing
scraping.
The bottom of the barrel.
That used to be a show we did.
Yes, we used to do that.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of what
Plugging us.
Yeah.
what random characters they can put in now. Like
DC wise,
Young Robin.
No, like guest characters.
All the Robins.
That's what I mean. Like start doing like Teen Titans essentially.
They should have. Dark Horse did Dollhouse, right?
In it.
Dark Horse did Buffy.
I'd play that.
Buffy. Oh yeah.
Steak.
Yes.
Angel or Spike?
No, Buffy.
I know who you're talking about.
You can do Buffy. You can do Angel.
Angel
I would do Angel. I am personally a Spike fan, but in grand scheme of like the
who's
game,
more popular between those three?
Well,
okay, no, you can do Buffy. Just do Buffy.
Yeah, you're.
And now you're playing with fire. That's depending on whether you prefer Angel or Spike. But
yeah.
Again, I thought Spike was a fun character, but
because Sarah Michelle Gellar's not foreign to making game cameos. She was in Call of Duty,
and yet she was not in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer game.
Yes.
They had to get a voice actor.
It was Zombies DLC.
Yeah, she did a voice.
That's why I didn't play.
She did a voice line that had it looked like her, and she kept making jokes about fighting monsters. So honestly, having Buffy in this game in Injustice 2, if Hellboy got in, I'm not gonna say no to Buffy.
And Freddy and Jason, and then I can just live out every
90s fantasy
Hellboy universe.
Jared Padalecki and
Sam Winchester's. It'll be Ice Climbers.
Just do the Winchesters.
The Ice Climbers.
You press a button and they swap.
Yes.
They each have their own health bar, but they're kind of weak.
They're the same. Yeah.
So it takes the same amount of hits to pretty much take them out.
To get rid of one, you have to take on the other one.
Or you can switch between them so they can keep or they can kind of bandage themselves up a little bit on the off screen. Oh man, I would play Supernatural for a fighting. I'd buy a PlayStation for this, folks.
And their super is just a reskin of the Batman one super where the Batmobile comes in. No, it's just the Impala that just comes in and runs one over.
They have the big gun that kills anything.
The
Colt.
I know. Yes, the Colt.
They haven't used the Colt in years.
Yeah, they swept that under the rug.
They really did. It was like the Deus Ex Machina of guns, and they're like, "What gun?" Now they have the angel blades and all that jazz.
Woo!
They kill pretty much anything, though.
I don't care about.
So
that
Buffy, the Winchesters, Angel,
some Monster Hunt.
Other people from the Hellboy universe, which
Abe, but I think that they've touched.
You can do the chick.
It's hard. Her powers aren't even.
What other Dark Horse comics could we
the
pull
smoke
from?
dude. The second one.
Oh yeah.
You could do him.
Hold on.
Where he takes over their body. And
Malcolm Reynolds is like Fireflies through Dark Horse.
You would get so many people buying that game.
Oh yeah, everybody.
And especially if Nathan Fillion said, "Yeah, no, that's me."
Of course he would.
Yeah, it's like it's
he's
me.
He's done DC voices before.
He's not doing anything right now.
No, he's super unemployed.
He's in Edmonton right now.
He's going to be doing.
Is he in the Fringe
stuff?
No, he's just here.
We should find him.
He posted a picture on Instagram.
Again? He was here a couple weeks back.
No, he was here yesterday. He was on the White Mud. He helped an old couple fix their tire on the side of the road, and then he's like, apparently my parents used to live next to this person, and I'm like, well, that's odd that you would meet someone that used to live next to your parents in Hollywood, and then I'm looking at the street signs behind him, and I'm like, bastards in town.
We should go find him later.
Time to hunt him. He's probably at the Fringe. If he's here for anything, it's the Fringe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dynasty's performing, and he probably knows enough other Mark Mears and doing his Heralds of Galactus thing, and
yeah, we should go find him. Malcolm, Mal, I'd do that.
Serenity just comes.
Yeah,
down.
that's a super. It's just pretending
and flattens them.
No,
there's no guns.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretend it has a gun.
Whack! Alan Tudyk waving from the cockpit.
Hello.
Is it a zombie?
No, but pre-movie.
Yeah, this is Firefly we're talking about, not Serenity.
Yeah, no, I if they're gonna top Hellboy, it would be Malcolm Reynolds.
That'd be huge, actually.
Or Buffy. Either of those, I think, would be.
Either
huge.
one of those would be big. And then it's just getting the rights from whoever owns all of those people.
I think, yeah, because what Fox...
Video game-wise and all
Fox
that.
owns both of them, right?
I don't know. It's a weird rights struggle between everybody. But yeah, I think Fox owns Firefly, but Universal owns Serenity, and
Yeah.
it's who owns the rights to what and who you're projecting and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But honestly, that would sell. If
Yeah.
people aren't in yet, like...
This is the final nail in the coffin for Marvel and
Yeah.
every other fighting game on this coming out.
And then
Can
can we...
Marvel versus DC fighting game?
They'll never do that.
That there's not... That would make
They
too much
should.
sense. That would make
I
too
won't
much
say
sense.
never, because we're at the point now where Xbox and like Nintendo are cooperating, and the point where we can play like Rocket League together.
Yes.
So I never saw that coming in my lifetime.
And Minecraft.
And well,
There's a
like
few
they're going
games.
cross-platform or cross-play
Yes.
with a bunch of stuff, and this time Sony's on top, going, "We do not wish to cross-play."
Yeah.
Remember?
For now.
Well, and then Xbox was like, "Remember when we were on top and you were all like, we should cross-play?"
I wouldn't say Sony's on top.
They are outpacing Xbox One exponentially.
Yes.
Well,
Very.
yes, Microsoft, but they're not outdoing Bethesda.
Yeah, but Nintendo's always been a separate category.
Nintendo plays its own game, so they never count. But the thing was, when Xbox 360 was dominating online, PlayStation was like, hey, because they partnered up for Portal 2 on the PC.
Mm-hmm.
You could crossplay, and it was like, wouldn't it be neat if like the Xbox and the PlayStation could do this too? And Xbox was like, there's no way we could buy it. The infrastructure doesn't work. Can't do it. Not going to do it. Not putting the time and effort into it. And now that the things have flipped, it's Xbox now coming to Sony.
Which is
like,
funny because...
hey guys, remember that thing you wanted? We should totally. And Sony's like, no.
I think they
Piss
still
off.
Because remember that...
They should still do it because it's for the gamer essentially. Is the
It's funny because if you think about in terms of cross-platform games, there has been one... There still only is one game that you could have on the PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, and PC play together in one gaming environment.
DCEU?
Final Fantasy 11.
Yep.
If you there was on PS2, it was on PS3 via PS2 backwards compatibility, on the Xbox 360, and PC.
Yeah.
Yep.
So at some point in time, all four consoles could play together.
Yeah. It's not hard. You just got to
No.
connect to the same servers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You almost gotta
it
have
was the most awkward agreement in the world.
I want Rocket League now just for the cars we get for the Switch, man.
I don't like Rocket League that much.
I know, but have you seen the Samus car?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
It looks so badass.
Does it make me play better?
It's true.
I suck at PlayerUnknown Battleground. You don't see me stopping.
I need to play that more. Anyways. Okay, so moving on.
Sure.
No Man's Sky,
Yeah.
the multiplayer update finally dropped.
Have you seen multiplayer, what it looks like?
Orbs.
Orbs!
Flying orbs.
Tony, you can be a floating orb.
No, you can be a floating orb.
No. You can be a floating
orb.
I don't want to be one.
So you don't
So-
appear as you
Yes.
in your game, but all of your friends appear as floating orbs that can interact with the environment around you.
Yes, and you can, and the one other update is that you can do fast travel back to your home planet.
Yeah,
So
it's like I tweeted out going like this update again looks
don't do it though.
promising, and then I just look at all of the games that I'm playing right now, and I'm like, nope.
Everything's far superior
I
already.
don't know. I keep checking out the
Because
games.
is it a permanent price drop yet, or is it
No, it was a like Steam sale.
okay? So it's back up to
Yep.
full on $70-$60.
Yeah, I think it was 75% off or 65% off,
Yeah.
which was why I was looking at it because it was in that $25 price range, and I'm like,
And then I sent it out to you. I'm like, don't do it. Don't even don't.
The moment passed. Like I essentially just had to send out that tweet and go, "This is stupid. Why am I even bothering with this?"
Don't
I have
even.
Splatoon. I have Sonic Mania. I have PlayerUnknown Battleground. I have Friday the 13th. I have The
Yep.
Forest. I have
Superior games already that do good multiplayer.
yeah. Well, The Forest. I mean, like Brian and I have dicked around on that to the point where it's just like we're waiting for more updates so we can dick around some more.
Mm-hmm. So
Even you hopped on for what, half an hour, and you're like, "I built a zip line."
I did a thing. So yeah, No Man's Sky update. Does this make you want to go back in? Is
If
I
you
never
question.
got in the first place.
If you
is the
own
big
the
is the big
game-
piece because people are still pretty bummed out about this because it was treated the way that they're treating these updates for No Man's Sky feels almost like a early access game.
It is.
So
You
it's
look
like,
at again
you
The
look at-
Forest.
if they had advertised No Man's Sky as an early access game,
Yep.
would that have been
It's a really
more
extended April Fool's joke.
Did it come out during April, though?
I don't know.
I don't care enough about to know these weird statistics.
Like, again, you look at something like The Forest,
or even
PlayerUnknown Battleground.
PlayerUnknown Battleground is very upfront about this game being janky.
Sure. But The Forest is, too. The Forest
yes.
is the Friday the 13th. Well, Friday the 13th came out as an actual release after beta too soon because they were trying to hit a date.
Same thing with the Fortnite game that just came out.
Yes.
Fortnite is a big.
They have fixed it, and they have fixed it for the better. They are adding way more stuff. Bikinis.
Fortnite is in a weird situation right now because
you have to pay for them.
I don't think they're advertising Fortnite very well because when you
pay to get into early access for a free-to-play game.
For a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it doesn't say anywhere on the product page on the PlayStation Store specifically that it is early access or anything like that. So you buy it saying, "Oh, cool! I just paid $60 for Fortnite."
Yeah.
When you load the game up, it literally says early access in the loading screen.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's going on? Like, and I feel like that's exactly what No Man's Sky has ended up being.
Doing,
is you're paying for a full price game, yet when the game launched, anyways, there was nothing for it.
Yeah.
And now they're just kind of backpedaling when they should have been very forefront and said, stuff is coming, rather than having that zero radio silence.
Yeah. Radio silence is what killed No Man's Sky, because you look at Friday the 13th, and I mean, as vocal as everybody got.
And PlayerUnknown Battleground, for that matter, because that game was janky as hell when that game came out. And, and they were very communal about, stuff's coming, don't worry.
See, and the best part about The Forest is, at the bottom it goes, the next beta patch is coming out, and then it's got a countdown timer.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they've got done by that point, they shoot into the game. But like, it's at the bottom of the screen, and it's big going like, the next beta version comes out, and you go, okay, I know I'm still in testing.
Yeah.
And again, you're getting it off of early access, and Steam does a pretty good job of going like, this is an early access game, do not expect it to be everything you wanted it to be and more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Friday the 13th, like I said, they released early.
But they communicated.
Mm-hmm.
But they were on top of it, like, going like, guys, you melted everything.
Because I think with No Man's Sky, even with the current updates that they're going out, I think it's less than like 5 or 6 actual messages from the development community.
Yeah. Whereas now, Friday the 13th, we're getting the blood patch stuff for...
a new Jason.
We're getting a new Jason. Mm-hmm. The miniature maps, new maps.
They're moving towards the physical release, too.
And that's why a bunch of this stuff's coming out for the physical releases. Like, they're like, oh, we've got all this extra stuff coming. The bikini DLC, or the swimsuit DLC, sorry, because the guys don't wear bikinis. They wear swimsuits.
I'll wear a bikini.
But you essentially... So I'm not sure if they put the price point out yet for that DLC. But I think they were saying like $2 or something like that.
It shouldn't be that much.
And
it's not that much thread.
It gives all the counselors like
swimsuits
and all the chicks are in bikinis because it's Friday the 13th, right? So you got to be like
as
scantily clad as possible, and everybody's just like. Because let's face it, if you look at the stats on how I play a chick character in that game based on her stats.
Yeah.
Well, now she's running around in a little swimsuit. Bonus.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then they're even fixing the Super or the NES Jason that they gave us.
Oh, what was broken with that?
He never heard his own music.
Oh.
So
bummer.
Everybody else got this really classic like 8-bit version of the song.
Yeah.
And he didn't. So if you played as 8-bit Jason, you didn't get your own music.
Oh.
So they're fixing that, but you can't play as him for like a month while they retool him.
And that's fair. But he was free though, wasn't he?
He was free because he was like, guys, we screwed up. Here.
Yeah.
Like, he is yours for freezies.
And again, communication.
Communication. So, like, yes, your game blew right off the bat.
But has gotten so much better.
But it's gotten so much better, and you're still communicating, and you're still... Like, they're on Reddit. Mm-hmm. On a constant basis going, like, in case you missed it on Twitter, here's the announcement. In case you missed it on here, here's our announcement.
And to mirror that, Niantic has been like that, too, with Pokemon Go.
They finally got,
They've got some official community managers on the Pokemon Go subreddit.
Yep.
One of the most recent updates for the Android version really started breaking the raids. And so he's like, yeah, we're going to pull that update. If you're on Android, this are the steps to reinstall the old patch.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool on developers on that sense. But with No Man's Sky, I don't want to all that wait just to play as an orb in space.
You don't know you're an orb though, and I think that's the killer part of multiplayer. Is you were expecting to run around with your friend who's also in a spacesuit doing what like
flying spaceships
shooting stuff with beams and flying in spaceships, not just
trade.
If they're in a
I'm gonna trade
spaceship,
with
are
you.
they orb too?
I don't
I
know
think they're
enough.
always an orb.
I think so too.
So they're just flying
it's
with
either an
you in
orb-
the
Yeah, they're
It's
like
either-
a fairy that follows you around from Zelda. Like, hey,
Except a lot more annoying.
want my gun?
No, I don't.
Want these resources?
No.
Hey,
Carbon.
hey,
I got carbon.
hey.
I'm an orbist.
You're orbits. But that's like I saw that and I'm like, they're kidding, right?
No, it's real.
Like
It's
that
very
feels
real.
that feels like a Dark Souls. You know how you can leave messages for people, sort of thing. That's what that felt like to me. Because I'm like, is that what that is? Is you can leave like an instance of yourself somewhere that your friend can find, and, like
If
take
that was
loot
the
off
case,
of
then
you?
that would be okay. That would
Or
be
yeah,
alright.
get tips off of you or something. Like your friend can find.
Or it's
your
like you can
essence.
you can see the last like 50 planets they were at or something like
Something
that.
stupid, but as opposed to
Moving orb.
around with your friend, like you can't tell me in this day and age you can't have a physical person.
You can't
running
render it in.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've played games where there are
You
100
can't tell me-
people in a fight.
You can't tell me that all of their resources were spent into making a camilljillion planets that they can't program and code in and
Another
design
person.
a body, like a figure.
For now, it's a new patch.
Oh yeah, that's a founder's update too.
Oh yeah, sorry, there will be another patch where they give the glowing orb a body.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to pay for that one. That'll
Arms.
be DLC.
It's a
Won't
T-
be a full body.
It's
It'll
just
be arms.
It'll be a T-pose. It'll be the classic T-pose. Sorry.
They'll release arms. If you want the whole body, you have to pay.
Oh god.
That's actual.
Legs.
That's premium DLC there.
Keep adding body parts. It costs more money.
Yeah, that's
And if you
premium
wanna-
DLC. $50 for the
And if you
whole
want
person.
to, if you want to play it in 4K on the Pro,
Yep.
more money.
Yeah.
Got higher character models, higher resolution models.
Well, see, that's even the thing with Friday the 13th is all like the kills
Yeah.
are motion captured, so they actually have to bring in a person
Oh yeah, you have to at that point for something like
and
that.
do like he has to go through all the motions of like, so they're adding new kills to the game with this new Jason.
Yeah.
So if this new Jason's free, they've actually paid a person to come in,
Those people about to
do the
buy it in
work.
their
It's all,
game,
or
though.
or they had him come in the very last minute. They couldn't put him into the game, but they
No, they've legitimately called him back in. They released
Oh.
pictures on their Twitter of
Yeah.
like, they're
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, we've got, Steve back in the studio as he's like gripping some other person in a mocap suit, and you're just like, ah, we're getting more kills.
Yeah.
As opposed to the one I always use.
neck.
I never get to play Jason.
Disposed of. I've only played as him like 3 times, and the one time was just me and Brian
Yeah.
as I chased Brian around a map. Because everybody else quit as the game was starting. And Brian and I were like, what do we do? And the game started, we're like, well, one of us is Jason.
50-50.
So I ran around breaking doors and windows instead of actually going after him. And then he eventually got to one of them. He's like, did you break the doors on this cabin? And all of a sudden I'm like, yes. And then I just started throwing knives at him.
But that's it for us. Gamescom happening this week, so that's where
No major.
nothing huge.
It's all little, like, they've showed off some of the 3DS Samus Metroid game.
Yeah, which actually I am interested in, but then I think back is why this isn't on the Switch.
Because we're getting Prime on the Switch. So
I realize that, and I know that they need to support the 3DS somehow, but you have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon coming out for that.
And I'm at the point now where you can be like, Metroid Samus Returns for the 3DS, also releasing at the same time as a prettier version of the game that's coming
on
out
the
for Switch.
Yes.
I think we're at that point that the Switch is successful enough,
Yeah.
and I have not touched my 3DS
Me
in
neither.
ages.
Yeah, the last game in there is an
Yeah.
old game for me, Chrono Trigger. But
Yeah.
I still haven't played Pokemon Sun.
But that's what I mean. Like, the Switch came out, and it was like, everybody's like, it's not going to kill the 3DS, and I'm like, it's killing the fucking 3DS.
it will eventually, just not now.
But that's what I mean. Like, I think
As soon as that Pokemon for the Switch game comes out,
Oh,
it's done. It's done. Yeah, the 3DS is done.
That was the heralding of the end of the 3DS.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that's what I mean. Like, we're at that point now where Nintendo can start, like, hedging their bets and make it only available digitally
Sure.
for the Switch. That way you don't even have to bother printing or pressing and doing all the
cards.
cards. It's like, okay, you can buy it physically for the 3DS or get the digital copy on the Switch.
And
Yeah.
yeah, you still have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon coming out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
So if you still want your 3DS fix with a pretty good Pokemon game,
Well, if anybody does get the 3DS Metroid game, I do have the amiibos coming.
I don't know if I
Only because I love that pose for Samus.
Which one?
She's the crouch like Samus.
Oh yeah. I don't like the ones for Smash Brothers.
No, I did not like.
The Zero Suit one was okay.
Zero Suit one was all right, but this one is like it's like her from the old Game Boy cover kind of thing, and I'm like, oh damn! And then the Metroid breaking out of the tube.
Yeah, that was
squishy. 2-pack.
That's a squishy one, isn't it?
Is it?
It's a squishy.
I don't know. I saw the 2-pack and
again
on Reddit was
you
like
saw Amiibo and you're
someone on Reddit was like they're available to pre-order, and I'm like, by the time I click this, they're not going to be available anymore. And I clicked it, and it's like still available for free purchase, and I'm like, I can cancel this if I need to.
The Metroid is a squishy.
Oh, cool.
The Metroid bubble.
And they're cool enough. Again, like me with the Amiibos, it's like, if they look cool, I'm in. And they're characters that I'll use, and the fact that I can get the fusion suit in.
I just hope that when Pokken Tournament comes out on the Switch,
it actually has Amiibo support.
Well, better Amiibos.
What did it do in the?
Nothing really.
You have all the Pokemon.
Yes, nothing. The Pokemon don't do anything specific.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I'm trying to remember what they did. I think you got coins or something to unlock additional costumes, but you got no like additional fighting stuff.
Yeah.
It was all cosmetics, unfortunately.
And I don't mind the cosmetic-y type.
No, but like I hope they take this opportunity to make actual Pokemon Amiibo.
Yeah.
Rather than the 6 that they made for Smash Brothers and said done.
Yeah. I'm surprised, honestly, that they have not come out with the Amiibo cards for Pokemon. Because I can understand them going like, there are a ton of Pokemon. I don't want to do we don't want to do figures of all of them, but do figures of some and then.
You're right. I'm actually surprised by that because they did that with the e-reader. There's a whole like 2 or 3 blocks of Pokemon cards with e-readers support.
And even if you start like in all of the like booster packs for the trading cards, you put one little Amiibo card in there, and all of a sudden people are going to be like, "What's this Amiibo card?
Yeah.
Bloop! Oh, it does things."
I wonder how much making those Amiibo cards cost, though. That's the big piece about that, because you also have to keep in mind no one in the Pokemon company talks to each other.
I know. Someone would actually have to communicate.
It's like there's a job for that. That someone should have a job for that or something like that.
Yeah, if they communicated, things would be a little bit different.
Oh my god, that Pokemon company is already amazing, and if they did that, it would just be even better.
Because I could see them, like, excuse me, you have Pikachu and you have Charizard, and the main staples, like even the legendaries.
The problem, so I think
Amiibo.
The problem with that is that you would overproduce these Amiibo cards, and if they are expensive to make, you wouldn't put them in each pack.
They did it with but they did it with those stupid Mario Sports things.
Yes, but the problem is that Pokemon collectors like myself, we buy those cards by the case. Not by the box, by the case.
And I get that.
And so, as a collector, we're going to sit on all these Amiibo cards. We're going to be like, what the shit are we going to... I only need one. So, if they're going to solve that, they should redo box toppers. Because what Pokemon used to do, the older sets, they don't do them anymore, is if you bought a box of Pokemon cards, a full 36 packs, you would get a promo card in the top.
Okay.
That was the only place you could get that promo card, is if you bought a sealed box. And so if the box topper was a promo card and an Amiibo card, I could see that being more reasonable for collectors, because then you don't have to buy a million cases and then have a million.
Well, no, and I'm saying like you put in, like let's say you do, let's go with popular ones, so Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And those are the only 3 you'll ever actually get in booster packs. Mm-hmm. Like going from a kid's perspective, they'll buy a booster pack, and that's the booster pack for the month. Mm-hmm. They get that card and go like, score! Yeah. Whereas you get the whole case and go like, I'm swimming in the Squirtles. It doesn't really matter. And then, they can do the case one for something like a legendary or something. Yeah, like something fancy.
Again,
whereas you actually have to buy a booster of the Amiibo cards to get the majority of the... Those are just to kind of wet your whistle.
It really depends on how much Amiibo cards cost to make.
Yeah.
Because the Animal Crossing ones, what do those come in? 3 a pack, right?
No, there's...
Is it 3 or 5 a pack?
6 in a pack.
6 in a pack.
At least.
So if you look at how much is in a Pokemon card, like you get 11 cards in a pack plus a code card. So that's 12 cards.
Yeah.
Those packs are going to get really thick and really heavy.
And that's true, too.
So...
Yeah, then it gets harder to pack them. So, we'll see.
It's... Honestly... Put them as box. Bring my bottom stories. Bring back box toppers, because I will buy boxes again if they have box toppers.
And then here's my. It's not on our docket, but it is news.
Continue.
But Nerd Block and the block of bosses. It is pretty much bankrupt at this point.
Is there an official statement from them?
No, their website's down.
Oh,
and has
yes,
not come
yes.
back. They
Yeah,
released
yeah.
an official statement on Facebook that said they aren't taking any more payments.
Okay.
But they are looking for new investors, and everything will come back if they can find new investors.
Huh.
Other than that, they are not processing any more stuff. They are not sending out any more boxes of any of their jazz.
So as long as they're not charging you.
So,
but they're no longer charging.
So
Yeah,
it's
but,
but the people are boned if they were charged, but then are in that middle.
so
portion.
there's So I did month-to-month subscriptions, which was good. But if you did a yearly subscription,
You're screwed.
you
Oh,
put all that
super
money
screwed.
in at once,
especially
and now
if you,
you're done.
Especially if you started within like 2 or 3 months ago.
So some people they've called their banks, and their banks have done a chargeback sort of thing, and that kind of stuff. So if you are a Nerd Block subscriber and you are on a long distance, like you've done the long-term planning thing,
Yeah.
you can call your banks, and it takes a while and some work. So
But it's expensive.
if you paid for a whole year, sure,
like
that's a lot of money.
That's what, like about 150 or so, something like that.
I forgot what it is now, but again, they were good boxes, but unfortunately they weren't paying anyone, because there's people coming out on Reddit now. I got a Mega Man book that was like all the Mega Man bosses and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
These people put this book together for Nerd Block.
Mm-hmm.
They have yet to be paid. They're out like 10 grand.
Shit.
And as a small publishing company, that's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
Like, if they would have contacted us to do something for them, we're like, totally! And we put in a lot of work and a lot of effort
And resources.
and a lot of resources.
Is a big piece.
We'd be done. If we could, if all of a sudden we're 10 grand in the hole for doing whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we'd be done if we were $1,000 in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Pool.
Okay.
We're not.
In all honesty,
we're not going to do anything with Nerd
I know.
Block.
Yeah. In all honesty, we've put combined, we've put in quite a bit of money into this whole venture just for the funsies of it. We
Yeah.
have cups now. Look at us go.
Official cup.
See, these were more of because we've always talked about leaving stuff places when we go places, and it's like now we can just be like, and walk away.
Card shot someone.
I'll put a bunch of my deck boxes and just leave them everywhere.
We also have T-shirts coming.
I'll leave them in. I'll leave them in Vancouver when I'm in Vancouver.
They're mandatory to wear. For a week.
You should have made them green.
So here's my next little thing is I didn't know they did this, but Vistaprint.ca because they've given me enough free money at this point. Literally, I don't know. I don't know how I've gotten all this junk out of them for the amount of money I've spent, but I have. So they actually do a monthly box that is promo stuff, and it works out to their benefit because you upload your logo,
Okay.
and any other assets you have. So I've uploaded obviously our logo and our background that we use for everything, just the cubes.
Yeah.
And they do the rest of the work.
Huh.
So I got a T-shirt upstairs from them that came in this box, and they did all the work on it. I had no design things. I had nothing. It's a wonderful little T-shirt with our logo and a little red band, and I'm like, that's
Cool.
pretty snappy.
Someone did it.
As opposed to our T-shirts where I was just like, as the logo as big as humanly possible. So I was just like, I will now pay for this monthly box because now I get barrel roll stuff.
Yeah.
So we have pens upstairs.
Stickers.
Thank you cards.
Stickers.
Tony's like, I sent him a picture. He's like, stickers?
Stickers. Stickers. Stickers are awesome.
Attach it to your Switch case.
Yes, I will.
I was going to put one on the back of my new phone. I was like, yeah, So yeah, either way, if you're in need of promotional items, I'm just going to give them the free advertisement at vistaprint.ca because holy cow, they do a gorgeous job for no money.
Good to know.
I got 500 of these for $10.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Printing business cards super cheap, so
Yeah. Yeah,
as
opposed to if I did them at home, it would cost me $1 bajillion in ink.
Yes.
Yes.
And Vistaprint does not. It's funky.
It's professional too.
It's very professional.
It's got a glossy
looking.
finish.
And even these, normally when you do, because I've looked before, trust me, I've been trying to get these for a while. You try and do this, they're charging for red, they're charging for blue, and they're charging for black. Vistaprint does not. They go, hey, what's your logo? Done.
Cool. Which is the right thing to do, because I've had custom print stuff done before.
Yeah.
Like I've had custom playmats printed.
Yeah.
And I just send them the high resolution file. And the guy's like, "Yep, give
Now,
me about a
okay,
week."
We did pay extra for the interior blue,
That's fine.
but I was already saving so much bloody money off these things that I was just like, I really don't care.
That's fine.
Neat.
So either way, I missed.
Aw. Cool.
Cool.
Alley.
But yeah, Nerd Block.
Oh well, it is.
Oh.
Well, Loot Crate totally ran them out. I think.
Well, Loot Crate now has the
Couple
same
set-
features
yes.
as them is
It's
like
basically.
the arcade block, so you just get video game stuff, and they don't have a horror block. That's the one that people are having a hard time finding. Is that Nerd Block had like horror stuff that came to you monthly. So if you were a fan of Freddy vs. Jason, Sharknado, and all that kind of stuff, they would send you Five Nights. But no, Five Nights at Freddy's came in the arcade block.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every once in a while I'd get something that's
FNAF.
yeah.
FNAF
And
stuff.
I'd be like, "What's this?" And then I'd bring it to my classroom, and the kids are like, "Five Nights at Freddy's stuff," and I'm like, "Okie dokie."
There you go.
Yeah, I'll just put it up here because then you think I'm really cool. You got Balloon Boy. Yeah.
Sure.
Is he a person? Is he important? I don't know.
I don't know.
He was from something else, I think. Either way,
That's everything, I think.
I
Yeah,
think that's all
it.
of our.
That's all for now.
Oh dear, I can't see that far today.
Well, you're usually on that. So.
Yeah.
I am usually on that. I was constructing things.
You're
Well,
you-
I was not constructing things. I should take that
You're
back.
supervising.
I got to use power tools today.
I touched a hammer.
But otherwise, I was more of the I was the go boy. Go get this, go get that, which is fine because I get a lot of work done that way. So
Cool.
cool.
We're done for now.
Yes.
We'll check back
Post-credit.
in about five-ish minutes.
5-ish minutes
We'll
for
take
the
a
post-credit
quick-
show.
We'll take a break.
Well, can all get mugs out?
Yep.
Yeah.
I need to go to the washroom.
Not in the mug. They're new.
Oh, it's his mug. He can do whatever he wants.
Okay, the mugs stay here, and I'm washing them. I don't
He could
want.
put his name on the bug.
He could put his name on the
Well,
bug
if
as
you
he
pee,
breaks them.
if
I
you
was
pee,
gonna say, the check
That's
one
his
is
mug.
Tony's.
pee on it, I claim it.
That's how things work.
Put a sticker on the bottom.
On that note, we'll see you guys in about 5-ish minutes.
Yes.
But, yeah.
We'll talk about stuff.
Come back.
To the post-credit show. We talk about games and movies and
Other
experiences.
Entertainment.
Experiences.
I should bring down my new
Feelings.
toy. We can ask it questions.
It's right there.
Not that toy.
Which
She's
toy?
not a toy.
Sometimes you play with her.
She's a living being. I have a new electronic.
I know
toy
you do
upstairs.
have a new toy. I want to make it rap,
I
but
joke.
Huh?
I joke.
I know.
all right.
Check back.
Bye.
We'll be back soon.
Bye.